Now, in Bangladesh, more than 90 people, including 13 police personnel, were killed and scores injured on Sunday in the violent protests. The protesting students have announced a long march to Dhaka for Monday, demanding the resignation of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina-led government. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Hasina held a meeting of the National Committee on Security Affairs at a residence on Sunday morning.
As violence flare up across Bangladesh and widespread protests continue, the government has imposed an indefinite curfew on Sunday. Alongside the curfew, mobile internet services have been suspended again. The decision follows a violent day of clashes on Sunday. The violence erupted between protesters, law enforcement agencies and ruling party-backed group across Dhaka, Kumila, Rangpur, Kishoreganj, Sirajganj, Pabna, Munshiganj and Mogura.
All the ministers are in the hiding. Wait and see how the people will go and surround the PM house. If Sheikh Hasina doesn't resign voluntarily, we will take our next step.
To ensure public safety amid the unrest, the government has declared a 3-day public holiday from Monday to Wednesday. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina also held an emergency National Committee meeting on security affairs on Sunday. The anti-discrimination student movement, which has been leading quota reforms protest, intensified its efforts on Sunday with a nationwide non-cooperation campaign. With one-point agenda, movement's leaders are calling for the resignation of the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Rabindra's report for DD India.
And Naval Sangh Parmar joins us from Dhaka for more. Naval Sangh, the protest began as an agitation against a certain percentage of government jobs reserved for the children and grandchildren of freedom fighters. The country's top court has since abolished it, and the government of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has accepted it as well. So when, how and why do you think the anti-quota protests have morphed or changed into anti-government protests?
Yes, Ramesh, on July 18th afternoon, after July 18th afternoon, the scene here in Bangladesh changed. Before that, it was a student-led quota reforms movement. After that, some opposition person or other banned organization, recently banned organization people and other miscreant mingled with the quota reforms movement, and there were a huge violence on Friday, 19th July. After that, government put on ban on internet, deployed army and curfew across the Bangladesh. Subsequently, the situation came under control and government relaxed curfew hours gradually, and it was relaxed up to 15 hours still yesterday. But during that time, law enforcement agencies, police personnel started investigating the police cases registered over a period of time, and meanwhile arrested many people, around 11,000 people, many of them were students, arrested during the last 2 weeks' time. And some of the coordinator of the quota reforms movement were taken into custody, citing the security reasons. That also agitated peoples and students particularly. So after the release of this coordinator, they called for a gathering or a rally in the central Shahid Minar in Dhaka on Friday. Thursday, and it was on Friday. And during that gathering and rallies, they announced for a 1-point demand instead of 9-point demand, and that demand is to resignation of Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina-led government. So, in last 2 weeks' time, the situation took so many twists and turns. And as you rightly said, that the movement started as a student agitation against the quota system in the government job, now turned into a totally political movement, and their demand is to have a resignation of Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. And now it is not a student-led protest. Many other organizations, those who are political or quasi-political or religious kind of organization are also involved. Common people are also involved, and the people from all walk of life, many artists, celebrities, and the sports persons, and the other professionals, they are also now involved in this agitation. And there is a very critical situation here in Bangladesh that yesterday we saw huge violence in streets of Dhaka and other cities of Bangladesh, in which around 90 people lost their lives. And
Right, apologies. We'll try to fix that link with Nawal Singh Parmar in Dhaka in just a bit. As he was mentioning there, the situation is indeed turning very critical in Dhaka and elsewhere in Bangladesh, which has been rocked by protests for many weeks now. But the interesting thing to be witnessed in Bangladesh as we speak is that what began as anti-quota protests have now morphed or transformed into anti-government protests. Right, Nawal Singh, I'm told you are back with us. Please finish making a point before we get to ask you more questions.
Yes, so yesterday there were huge violence, as you mentioned in the reports, and today is a very crucial day because yesterday the organizer of the protest movement announced for a long march to Dhaka. So people from other parts of the country, from other towns and cities of the Bangladesh, now traveling towards Dhaka. And yesterday night and during the night period also many reports and the updates on social media is coming that people are arranging stay and they are arranging travel and they are coming to Dhaka. So today there is a huge deployment of armed forces as well as the law enforcement agencies, and the situation, what kind of twist or turn we will see, that is the different things. But the tension is very much in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and the all sphere of public life. Since everyone is tense, what will happen?
Right.
It is like a civil war-like situation here in Bangladesh now, as far as yesterday night and today morning is concerned.
Indeed. A
And
civil war-like
Army chief,
situation,
yes,
says
yes.
Nawal Singh Parmar, who is joining us from Dhaka. I'm afraid that's all we have time for. Nawal Singh Parmar, thank you. Appreciate it.